But then we see later on, and he tells you, I know about what's going on in the thunder. That's what the thunder is. That's what you hear is the cloud. But many persons don't perceive what's going on in the thunder. They only see the lightning. Is that making sense? I hope that's making sense, right? This Enoch and Revelation series is something else, boy. Now, if you've gone through the Revelation Revisited series, you can get a little more information about what I'm talking about as well, right? But I've never really gone this deep because we've never really gone this deep into this section of Enoch. Thank you, Sister Monica, again for suggesting that we go through this series, right? But persons will get lightning, and they'll be afraid of lightning. They'll be shocked by it. They are more hesitant over lightning than sometimes they are even of thunder. Persons don't really react to thunder until the thunder's right over them. Are you catching what I'm saying? So I can give a word. Watch this. I can give a word, and before you even know that it came from me, it can reach you. Right? But you can look at me from afar and be like, "Oh, he ain't nothing. Why he always dressed like that? Look at his hair, blah blah," and not realize you might have listened to several persons who were giving the same word that I was given by the Most High. You might not even recognize it, right? But the lightning hits. But the thunder said the thunder is a mystery. It's a secret. It's the mysteries of the will of Yah, right? We who carry the mysteries of the will of Yah, even our walk causes lightning. The lightning hits, enlightenment hits, and even the enlightenment will have somebody go, wow, but they won't even admit to what's going on in the cloud or the thunder. Okay? Where is this at? Help me. I believe it's Matatayach Yad Gaimon at Nun Gaimon, or Matthew chapter 13, verse 53, I believe. In verses 53 through 58, after Yahashua gives all of the kingdom of heaven is like, 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 right? He gives all that stuff. And then he says, okay, now I'm going to go back to my country. I'm going to go back to where I come from. And I'm going to give the same message. I'm going to give the same message that I gave before. And I'm the same thing that I've been saying, that others who are not of us, who are right, others who are not even in this, others who didn't even believe the kingdom of heaven belonged to them, others, I'll give the same message to those who were raised with me, who should know who I am, should know that I've never sinned, blah, blah, and we'll see. And now I got all this fame, and so let's see how they react. And then they go back, and what happens? They hear the same message, and it says they are astonished. Enlightenment hits, but then they don't like the cloud that the lightning came from. They don't like the person. They say, how did he get this? We know who this is. And they begin to say, this is mysterious, because they didn't recognize the cloud. They knew the lightning has to come from the cloud, but they didn't recognize the cloud. The word had to come from Yahashua, but they were like, no, we can't see Yahashua as Lord, as Messiah, as this and that. Isn't that just Mary's boy? Isn't that just Joseph's son? Don't we know his sisters? Don't we know his brothers? Wasn't he playing with us before? Right? He was just being a child just like the rest of us. Wasn't he just a carpenter in the place? I mean, carpenters are pretty decent. They make money and everything, but he was just a carpenter. What is all this stuff he coming out acting like that he can preach? They perceived that what he gave was lightning, right? But they wouldn't admit that the lightning came from a source. And so since that remained mysterious to him, it said that Yahashua did not work the works. He didn't do the miracles that he really wanted to do for his own countrymen, because they couldn't receive the cloud. They couldn't receive the kingdom. He had just finished saying the kingdom of heaven is like, the kingdom of heaven is like, the kingdom of heaven is like. And they could perceive that what he was saying was righteous about the kingdom, but they couldn't perceive the source it came from was the kingdom. And the same thing happens today, to where we have all these different places who will tell you, man, they'll tell you, oh, taste and see that Adon, right, is in fact Tabah. And but then they'll say, but don't listen to the Old Testament. They'll tell you, you should not covet. Don't covet. Don't want. Don't block your blessing. Don't want what doesn't belong to you. That's not for you. Yah has something for you, and be thankful for it. But then they'll say, don't listen to the 10 Commandments. They'll have your children listen to the 10 Commandments, but they'll say, don't listen to the 10 Commandments. They'll say, Father Abraham had many sons, right? And many sons had father, right? And you learn all that when you're a child. But then they'll say, but don't pay attention to Father Abraham and the language that he spoke and how he got to where he got to and being circumcised and doing all, like, don't do that though. Right? They'll tell you it's that wish that Israel was a nation, but then they'll say it doesn't matter about being a nation, just come to church. right? We have the lightning, the enlightenment, but it's not helping you because you don't have the source. You don't know the mysteries of the thunder. There's not messengers that are actually the messengers are walking around, the angels even in heaven that are trying to prepare and give place and walk with us and show us different things and catch you up in a whirlwind yourself. So you might have a vision of the Most High, and they're trying their best, but you're not catching. You're not willing to look up to the source. You're not looking up to the shot at Avanavan. You're not looking up to the token that's in there. You're not seeing that even above Yahweh's head, there's something that even he looks up to make sure that he makes sure that always the Davabad is in place. We threw away our heritage for a pot of porridge so we can make sure that we have church on Sunday and to make sure that we get a bunch of persons to view us and that everybody's okay with viewing us. Yes, we did. That's not on y'all. That's on us. All right. Prayerfully you got that. I gotta go on. We gotta get to chapter 60. Woo! We gotta get to chapter 60. All right. In the year 500, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month, in the life of Anache, of Enoch. All right. So now this is a fragment of the book of Noah. This is why when you hear me say stuff like Chronicles of Noah, stuff like that, the book of Enoch saying right here, what you're seeing is the book of Enoch. This is actually the Chronicles of Noah. You're about to read a fragment of the book or the scroll of Noah. Amen. You didn't know you were going to get that today, did you? Yep. This is in the book of Enoch. This is why, once again, when I mention these things, persons be saying, that's far. No. If you believe you should read the book of Enoch, then you believe you should read at least a fragment of the book of Noah because it's in there. Some of you might not even know there was a scroll or a book of Noah. There is. But because also, too, you were taught, caveman stuff. Oh, yeah, those persons didn't really exist.